All right, what's going on, guys? It's God Professor O coming through with a dose of that good yolk. I'm everywhere like broken glass. I'm around like a circle. Anyway, anyhow, let's get down to this round now. Today I want to talk about let go of the hate. Now, I say this because you'll meet a lot of individuals, a lot of people out there that just hold on to so much animosity, so much hate, so much turmoil. It's just in their immediate consciousness. Like, and what I mean by immediate consciousness, because when you're conscious, you know you're aware, right? You know, but I mean immediately, I mean like in their perspective, in their eyesight, in a constant, it's just hate, turmoil, destruction. Like they just full of just negativity. You know what I mean? So I say all that to say, if you see how these individuals actually operate, you can actually tell by the health of their face, by their speech, like their overall aura and persona. It just doesn't feel pleasant. You know what I mean? It feels very negative. It just doesn't feel like I just don't want to be around it. You know what I mean? There's just something about it. And you can even see it in their face. They look tired. They don't have anything like uplifting about them. And I say all that because I'm going to explain a little bit about that. And you know, when I get to the points, because of course your boy got the handy dandy notebook. In the spot, don't make it hot. Who write? Oh, clearly that's a blank page, but here. Who writes in scripts? Clearly your boy does. Don't hate, motivate, participate, negotiate, alleviate, levitate, integrate. I don't know. You get it though, as I say. Let's get down to this round now. But you'll see that they're so full of it. You know what I mean? And this can be for a lot of reasons, but for what I've experienced and for the people that I've experienced, for the most part, a lot of these individuals really don't like themselves. And again, that goes back to the inner work of, let me get to the point right here. Because you know I'm long-winded. Let's get to it. Hate will do nothing but destroy, literally. And I mean, I don't even got expelled on that. That's just literally what it is. Let's get back. Let's keep it rolling. Because I got a couple of points I want to expel on, and that's just, you know what that, hate literally just does nothing but destroy. And it's so many people can be filled with, let me expel just a little bit on it. So many people could be filled with hate for so long that they learn how to smile while they have so much hate involved in, like, wow, you bad bastard, it's crazy. But I digress. Realize that the hate you give will be felt by both parties. Yes, indeed. And this is how you know, like, that this is when misery love company, and this is when these individuals have, like, they don't even care that it hurts them. They just want to see you hurt, to the point that they don't even care. Like, yo, I don't even care if this hurts me. I gotta hurt you, this, that, and the third, because look at me, I'm a bad, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's bugged out to me. It's crazy. But at the same time, they do exist. And when you're a light shiner and you really got these light involved, and you just gotta kind of dwell with the peace. You know, always remember, look sexy, because you know, I'm always gonna look sexy. Because I am. Can you dig it? I think you can. But it does so much pain and pressure on these people. It's just ridiculous, man. It's crazy to me. It really is. And realize that the hate that you give will be felt by both parties. And what I mean by that is that literally, of course, I mean, this is for people that experience hate. You know, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna be like, why are you being a hater? Like, what's going on with you, etc., so forth. But little do the people know that, because I like to observe and I see, these individuals also carry that hate. Like, they feel it as well. Like, it's not just putting the hate onto you. It's coming back. It's a recoil. Well, you reap what you sow. And again, when God made this planet and made this mechanism or this mechanic, whatever they call it, this realm, and better spoken, that it doesn't work with equality. It works with abundance, meaning you reap what you sow. Whatever you give back a plethora of. And that goes in positivity and negativity. But I digress. Let's continue on. Do you realize that whatever gesture you feel and show to others, you somehow show and feel that to yourself? Now, what I mean by that is that a lot of people don't realize is that the people that show hate on a constant basis, 24/7, round the clock, all day, night and day, etc., so forth, just hate. You got to realize this is when they show it and they want other people to feel it, they are literally showing that to themselves, and they feel that within themselves. Like, there's something about themselves that they hate. You know what I mean? You got to realize the deeper that they go, it branches off into different avenues. You can never find a core difference, but usually it starts from a core difference. Like, some core, some point, something happened to the point that in their mind, they just said, you know what? I'm going to be a hater. And again, I called it the Horovillain theory, right? Or the Horovillain effect. Horovillain meaning hero and villain put together, and you get the word Horovillain. You heard it here first. Can you dig it? I think you can, because I'm a trendsetter and I'm sexy. Can you dig it? Yeah, I think you can. So what is the Horovillain effect? The Horovillain effect, again, I explained this in one of my previous videos, but clearly I still haven't figured out how to put the blip up on top. I usually do it when I have a computer, but I don't. I use a tablet, so it's kind of like, but at the same time, it is what it is. So I would love to be like, oh yeah, check out this other video, and then you can see it here. But I don't. So I'm just gonna have to be explaining it again. And just for the new viewers, who are getting hip to what I'm saying, because I'm sexy. Welcome here, because you're gonna love it. All this good stuff. So the Horovillain effect is pretty much when any individual, when you hear neutral, come as a blank slate. And you experience life, etc., so forth, and then you go to the point where it's a crossroads, right? This is what creates a hero. It creates the villain, quote unquote, right? Please walk with me here, because I don't really take effect. If you're a bad bastard, you're a bad bastard. If you save a hoe, you're a save a hoe. But at the same time, none of this really, whatever. I digress. So when you're dealing with when a situation happens in your life, and it's usually negative when it happens. Now, at this point in time, in your mind, individuals make a firm decision. They say, you know what, this happened to me, and I'm never gonna let this happen to me. I'm never gonna let this happen to anyone. I wanna make a difference. And they go down a certain path. And then a situation happens, again, that's that route. And the other route would be, all right, well, this situation happened to me. I don't like how it felt. This world is evil, and now I'm gonna make sure, being that I felt it, I want everybody to feel what I felt. I don't care about that, etc., so forth. They're gonna know what it feels like, etc., so forth, and they go the other route. Now, if you look at it at the core of what happened, they both had the same experience, the same situation, circumstance, whatever word that suits your perspective, and they either went one way or they went the other, and that's just what it is. Now, of course, in this effect, in their path of destination, of course, sometimes that changes, where the one that went the first route, they later on say, you know what, there's no saving this world, this, that, and the third, and then they go to the other path. And then the other ones that chose the evil path, I'll make everybody feel evil and feel bad, etc., so forth, realize I'm not even helping the world, I can be the first one to change. And then they go, it could crisscross, etc., so forth. It could do all that. If you realize that it's whatever, that's what happens. And unfortunately, when people chose the evil route, that core that changed them, they build other things around that core, and then it becomes more of a projection of how they feel and how other avenues of where that core situation leaked in, and then now causes more hate. Vice versa happens when the core difference happens, and they start making good, and then it leaks into other avenues, and then now they're doing more good, etc., so forth. I digress, right? Long-winded, don't beat me up, you understand? The reason why people don't want to show love or the reason why they don't want to show love or neutrality is because they're personalizing the situation. Realize a lot of people, this is when that pride and ego kicks in. You know what I mean? And I get it. You want to, self-protection it's a very intellectual state, and you want to protect yourself and your mind and your consciousness, etc., so forth. I totally understand that. But then you also got to realize that it's not about you. It's never been about you. It's all about the other individual. Why? Because the greatest resource we have is each other, and the greatest love we have is for each other. It's never been about you. And this is when you start to grow and develop, because you start to realize you will be benefiting more as you're helping your neighbor. Literally, it's just what it is. It's just, you get a better feeling. But unfortunately, there are those who get a good feeling of hurting others. It is what it is, right? Hey, I didn't make up the realm. I'm just here dwelling in it. Don't beat me up. In some way, shape, or form, in no way, excuse me. And when I say this, because when you're taking on the responsibility of loving through the hate, right? And realizing that, all right, because number one, when you see people that hate, they're beating themselves up period. You're gonna see other people, like, they're gonna try and show hate. Do you know how, I need you to realize, and this is scientifically proven, it takes more muscles to frown than it is to smile. Which means this realm is built on happiness. Like, you're mechanically supposed to, like, going with the flow of being happy. You're supposed to be that way. However, you want to be evil, and it takes more work. Realize it takes so much work to be evil. Like, you have to work diligently 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to be evil. Like, that shit is retarded to me. Like, that means you just want to be evil. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just want to, because it's just like, it takes so much energy and effort to be evil. You gotta think so much and so hard to be evil when you could just flow and just be official. But you don't want to do that. You want to think and be a bad bastard. I don't know. I don't know. Deal with them, right? I don't know. Right? In no way, shape, or form that I am sitting here telling you or advocating to tolerate any type of situation, circumstance, or position that is to your detriment or to cause you any type of uncomfort or any type of pain for you to endure, to say, you know, you gotta love through the hate, etc. and so forth. Because again, maybe your perspective isn't developed to the point where you're being able to flow with it. Because it takes a lot of development, and it takes a strong mentality, and it takes through experience. So try and grow from your situation. Never personalize it, always generalize it. Because when you personalize it, you're taking the woes and you're taking the responsibility of the interaction that's happening. But when you look at it from a general point and you step back and you see it, then you realize it's not even you that's really participating in the situation, because you didn't bring the hate to the table. They did. So it being that they brought the hate to the table, why would I take responsibility of something I didn't bring here? You brought it here. So why would I entertain any type of hate? I don't have to. But the minute you start participating into the hate, now you're taking responsibility of the interaction, and then now it becomes a, you know, you're throwing it back and forth, this, that, and the third. Why would you carry the weight of the hate? That doesn't even make sense. How does this even work with that? I don't even go with my outfit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm way too sexy for this. Are you kidding me? Shit's bugged out. But at the same time, this is what people do. This is what they, I don't know. They like shit, they like stink, they like doing this, they want to do that. Go for it. Rock out. You can yell, you can scream. It's like if I was a boss of a company and then I'm seeing you do all this, I'm not going to yell and scream at you. You could yell, scream, stomp your feet, call me some names, it doesn't matter. You're still fired. What are you talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you gotta just, you know, upgrade your perspective with the situation. It's crazy to me. But again, don't ever take responsibility of something you didn't even bring. And you treat them with neutrality. Why? Or you treat them with love. Why? Because at the same time, they still may be on a path of growing. Some people said, fuck that path. Literally, that's just what it is. And that's their choice. Rock out. But there's other people that genuinely want to change and just don't know how. They genuinely want to be a better person, but just don't know the tools to be able to do it. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. They may want it, but again, that's enough right there to get the change. So this is why you show grace, like God has given you grace. Why? Because at the same time, in that position, maybe that might not be the interaction or the experience that helps them to their turning point of growth. However, it can be a point when they reminisce to a point that they can go back and learn from it. So you give grace and you show them like, yo, this is what it is. And you don't have to participate in that situation and you move forward. Why? Because at that point in time, when they do hit that point, a turning point, when they decide to grow, that can be a going back factor to be like, you know what, when they reminisce, they be like, oh yeah, I remember such and such when I was speaking to them. This experience that I learned from it, this is how they acted, and now they can grow from it. Because now they have something to relate to in the situation. Now that they can help that come more concrete, make that turning point more secure to go about, all right, there's an individual out here doing it. You know what I'm saying? But when you participate in that, this is like, what are you doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you ain't even brush your teeth yet. Like, your breath stinks. Why entertain this? You know what I'm saying? You just gotta put yourself in a position of understanding that this is just bullshit and it just doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? But when you start personalizing the situation, now you're taking accountability for it. Now you're taking ownership of it. Now you're taking responsibility of that interaction when it has nothing to do with you. Why? Because whatever they decide to do in their choices, or they're carrying that shoulder boulder, why would you carry that shoulder boulder as well? In fact, Why would you, they're gonna chip off some of their shoulder boulder and put it on you, and now you carrying a shoulder boulder. That doesn't even make sense when you was light as a feather. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I learned that from one of them YouTube videos. You watch me stick up. That was kind of fishy. So I kind of took that little saying, yeah, definitely. Right? Are you understand? Parting. You know, the mic. You know, all right. We here, we live, we good, we smooth. And you know, I'm gonna keep these videos very raw and very actual, because you know I like to be very transparent as I speak. But you know, the haters is always gonna be hating, and the enemy's always gonna try to prevent me from getting out this coolness as I'm talking. So it is what it is. What you got to. But it is what it is. We're gonna keep going. And is that it? Oh yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's it. Again, this message is for the adept out there, for the master, the pro fish, and the e-fish, and the self-fishing. The one that's doing it and never losing, that's growing, is glowing, is going at all times. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. And remember, speak good, see good, do good. When it is good, it's all good. Can you dig it? And for the haters out there that love looking at your boy, make sure you look at my good side, because you know that I'm sexy. Can you dig it? Yeah, I think you can. Peace, love, and laugh. See you guys in the next video.